One of the true delights of the garden is attracting pollinators. Today, we explore the fascinating world of monarchs and how to make them feel at home in our gardens. So stay tuned as we garden smart.
The monarch butterflies have a very similar migration system that birds do, where
Huh.
they have a long distance journey in the fall to selected wintering sites in Mexico, and then they come back north again in the spring. And that kind of journey to me kind of fascinated me, and it sort of started me on my journey on my own journey to study the monarch butterfly migration, which is kind of where a lot of my expertise is in these days. As you said, I do study a lot of critters, but I've been studying the monarch butterflies for the longest.
Well, speaking of monarchs, let's talk a little bit about the life cycle of the monarch butterfly.
Well, I just happen to have one right
Oh,
here,
wow.
and this is a monarch butterfly, and this is a butterfly that lays its eggs only on one type of plant, the milkweed plant, which is in the genus Asclepias. And there are about 100 different species of milkweeds in North America. This monarch butterfly will lay her eggs on the milkweed plant. The eggs will hatch, turn into little caterpillars, and the caterpillars will stay on the plant, eat the plant until they develop into a pupae, and then after they're done transforming, they turn into the adult butterfly and then fly away.
And so, do I understand correctly that monarch she'll lay what 300 to 500 eggs,
At least,
and
yes.
just one egg per leaf on the Asclepias?
Well, that's a good question. If there's a lot of milkweed in the area, she'll kind of lay one egg and then sort of fly off and lay another egg 100 yards away. If there's not as much milkweed in an area, then she'll kind of lay a lot of eggs on one plant. That's not really the greatest thing because sometimes those eggs they'll start to, when they become caterpillars, they'll start to crowd each other out.
Okay.
So in theory, she wants to lay one egg per plant. So that way there's enough milkweed resource for that one offspring.
Let's talk about some of the insects and birds that you have in your garden that you're able to attract every year.
Well, of course, the butterflies, there are 20 species of butterflies that are here at all times. Now we have the bees, and I love honeybees. We have beehives and producing the honey, so the bees are everywhere. And then we have the other kind of bees also. And these pollinators, of course, they feed on the flowers to get the nectar and the pollen. And they use the nectar for their nourishment, and then the pollen is usually transferred on their feet or their legs or in their mouth from one flower to the other to pollinate all of the flowers that are here. But as you know, the pollinators, our population is going down.
Right,
It's
right.
decreasing, not increasing, which concerns me greatly. And of course, we want to build a habitat for the gardens that would attract more and more butterflies and bees.